And like a jackal, I am just climbing down a spot that I shouldn't be to get to La Ronde. Only seems fitting in my vlogs if you've followed for a long time. Now the park, as you see, is quite busy, or so it seems, much busier than yesterday, as the entire concourse leading into the park is full of people. Thus, I will warn you and caution you that today's vlog will definitely be probably a less, if any at all, ride-focused vlog, as we just take in the atmosphere for what is, as I said, I should probably stick to my promise of it being the final vlog. Pardon for the profanities on the wall if I decide to show that. Yes, the final vlog from La Ronde. In fact, I may not even go into this queue quite yet and see if I can get to the other side of the park, which I've never been able to access, because there's some great shots of Goliath that I can get, or Goliath. I actually think I got it now. On the other side of the park, so for some great off-action shots. There's one thing I've been looking for. I did check the website, and it says that due to restrictions, again, Le Monstre is not open. Was kind of hoping that was like a not taken down from the website, because it was originally up there, and I'm just standing here hoping to see a shot of it going by. So stay tuned if there is any Le Monstre action. It seems just next to that and to the monorail, it's just the two attractions that I seem to have the worst luck with whenever I'm coming to this park. So hopefully we'll manage to get that this time. But yeah, it doesn't look like Le Monstre will be part of today's vlog either. I'll probably be coming back to this park just to ride that coaster alone. So again, contradicting myself, if it happens to be open at a time that I visit, say next year, here's hoping, yeah, that's what I'll be doing. I'll come here and visit it next year. All right, guys, this is it. Hopefully I'll wait out this massive queue, because I'm gonna say it's longer than anything that I waited in when I first came here when the park opened in June, and it's still looking a bit haywire. Oh, sorry, that was May when I was here. But yeah, it's looking like a really, really long and crowded day here at La Ronde today. I don't even really have to go into the park, so let's just say I will. But you probably will be joining me much later into the day where we pick up from here. All right, guys, enjoy the video here for the final visit, maybe, at La Ronde. right, so it's fairly significantly later and fairly significantly later. It took an hour to get through the queue, so I got here around 3 o'clock. Now that is also with the consideration of me having a bag with me, which took about another 15 minutes to get through. So it was about a 45-minute check-in. I will admit, though, that by the time that wait was done, most of the queue behind me was non-existent. As per usual, I got into that queue just a little too early, but now I've gotten plenty of rides and it's actually not as busy as originally anticipated. It is a kind of like medium day, but with the scare events opening around 5, 6 o'clock for a limited time, most of the people now have scrambled to get onto those attractions, of which some have lines as opposed to yesterday. And that being said, some of the rides have opened up. But I'm kind of done with my rides. I only have like one priority, which is to get to Titan and do a night ride on that, as I did night rides on Goliath and Vampire repeatedly yesterday. So today I've gotten onto Vampire, done a couple of rides on Goliath as well, and I also did Chaos as well, in between getting a lot of shots for you guys to enjoy the park and doing another vlog on the side as well. So not much of a vlog today, obviously, other than just sort of giving you the atmospheres as I trip over wood and fixtures. Watch that step here at Poulet, etc. Also shooting today my Expo 67 features vlog. Just taking in what is left, which is pretty much everything about this park from when it was originally built for Expo 1967, except for some of the new rides, obviously, other than Demon. This is it. I have like a couple hours left in this park for the year, and I'm just kind of wrapping things up and don't really have any urge to go on some of this stuff since I did it all yesterday. Demon's an alright ride. It really is kind of just, with these, it's a Mondial, it's not a Huss top spin, but even with Huss top spins, it just doesn't really make much sense without having effects on the ride, I would say. Rather intense in the cranium area, that's all I will say. I.e., when you're hanging there for some reason and your blood really rushes to your head, it might be because of the G-forces that are created when the vehicle swings back and forth and then flips you upside down. It's a unique attraction. There's not that many around. It's definitely worth a try if you do get here. One thing that's definitely worth it, other than I look at this awesome shot of Boomerang in the background here, I'll try to capture for you. Do get here and do the auto tamponuses if you are okay. With the COVID situation. It's not so bad, but these bumper cars are intense. Way too much time with those guys yesterday that I'm not even going to be bothered to like visit them today, because they'll kind of look at me and be like, you again? Why are you still here, man? Honestly, didn't you not get enough fill yesterday? How much do you like pleather? Not that much. I don't think I've ever worn any. Besides the point, right? Gonna have to, it wouldn't be a vlog without me getting a coffee, and it wouldn't be Quebec without me getting a late one. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna kind of recharge for a second, and then we'll loop back when it gets a little darker here. Okay, well, I got a cafe here. I will say, I did cover it in another vlog, but at Haute Gourmand, which is in the building behind us here on the lake, right over there, that's where you're going to get coffee in this very perplexing situation of not having that many coffee places in La Ronde. Not mentioned yesterday, but I should mention overall, great value for food at this park. I think it's like among a chain park. Yes, the water is excruciatingly expensive here for some strange reason, but the food is not. It's actually reasonably priced, which is kind of unusual, considering how much a beverage costs. But yeah, yesterday I had a poutine and 2 pogo sticks and a drink for less than $20, which really in an amusement park, you should probably be paying more than that, like almost $30 generally. I know Wonderland would charge that much. I also didn't choose that meal. I got the same thing as the person before me, and I didn't really pay attention, and that's what I ended up with. Today I'm seeing a chicken poutine that's just like so tempting, but do I do 2 poutines in 2 days? That's just not smart. I wouldn't say so. All right, I'm gonna go over to the other side of the park here, over by Vampire, and try to get on to Titan for a sunset ride here, as I didn't get a night ride on it yesterday, and it's really my only priority of the day. But yeah, here we go. A little sunset action for Titan. Just exiting the saloon, which for reasons beyond me has not really been updated over the years. There's not really any purpose to have a stage show in there, as times have moved on, really. I got a coffee now. And also Le Patoon is behind me, which I've covered numerous times in other vlogs. It is really tragic that it's not in existence, as even by your comments alone, it has been stated it is a much missed attraction. And I don't know if you've ever vlogged with a coffee before, but it's not easy to do. But that's what we're doing here. It's a little darker, and you know, speaking of which, we're over at a very effective haunt event or scare zone that I did yesterday. Again, too many times, so they're probably sick of me in there, and I'm not even going to bother to go in. But yeah, check out that vlog if you don't. If you don't, check out that vlog if you're interested. Now, the last thing that we have to check out here, as kind of was covered, very effective lighting. Okay, it is creeping on to the final hour here, and I did say it, trying to adjust that mask to speak. I did say it in the last vlog, but even with the queue that I had to tackle this morning, I will say, we gotta get that shot behind me here. I will say though, if you're gonna get re-rides, or want re-rides on things like this contraption behind me, which is certainly worth it, you gotta come here during the haunt. Not only are you getting the haunt experience, yes, it's an upcharge. We're talking a park that only charges you $40 to get in the first place, Canadian, so that is a pittance for you American fans that come up here to actually visit. Yeah, you're getting all that. You're getting re-rides, you're getting barely any queues, you're getting a full experience here at La Ronde. And yeah, I would say it's the best time of year to come, without question. My earlier vlogs in May, had some frustrating experiences, but also, even with the park not being super busy, it was busy enough. I'm just having a better time here at this time of year. And there also seems to be a lot more adults. Okay, there's one less adult here now. But, you know, adult victims, be what they may, you're gonna get some great rides in. I think I'm really gonna mess around with Titan and its unusual early closure yesterday, so I'm gonna do that first, I think, and then move on to Vampire for my final rides of the season here at La Ronde. Nearing the end of the night, and I'm gonna get my last ride in. I'm noticing as well that the actors aren't interacting as much as yesterday, which was much more fun for this event. But enjoy the atmosphere. Gonna get my final ride in on Goliath, and then wrap things up here for the day and for the season, and for vlogs here for some time. Had an excellent interaction with those two yesterday. Here's an observation I want to make that really gives you an insight into a park and its offerings when you're in a situation such as this. I can ride anything I want right now as a walk-on. I've had numerous rides on Vampire. I've had 4 now. I'm even skipping a backseat ride for the end because I've had my fill of it, even though it's an excellent ride. Unrelenting. It really is kind of competing for the best ride in Canada. I would argue that that might be one of the fastest, if not the fastest, Batman clone currently running today. It's excellent. That being said, it's still a mediocre offering as far as like what most parks can offer you these days. So you really only have 2 rides that you're desperate to get to at the end of the day here, and that would be Vampire or Goliath. So for a park that's been open for more than 50 years, it is really bereft of like a 3rd major attraction to sort of give it the status on par with, say, a certain park down the road that many of you know well. It is unfortunate because it definitely, V-Pair is not going to be it, unfortunately. They really need a big attraction to get them back into this park in general. Because even this Festival de Frayeur, I've noticed, has not been as busy as one would expect an event like this to be. The vaccination situation can't help, but it is what it is. I just feel that if they did have a larger component of rides, that yeah, you would get at least a better attendance than what they have now. Because this park deserves it. There's some slight modifications to how it's run, and you really have a not a world-class park, but really an excellent park overall. Okay, so we're gonna make our way over there, because one other thing you need to make sure is that because of the old trap of how it works in this park, and you get your mask and your phone all in different pockets, and they're all like kind of disorientated, just trying to make sure the time is good. Still have a half an hour. The rides generally close right at the time. I'd say 5 minutes before the queue. I'd say 5 minutes before the posted end of availability for the rides is when you should expect to get in there before it closes.
Habituellement, ça ferme pas à 8. Moi, c'est vraiment ça finissait à 8.
Oh no. C'est mon filament journée dans the scare maze. It's amazing I haven't done any French on these vlogs, but I think as per when I arrived yesterday, I was just too tired to try. But we're back doing our final ride here and one final scare zone that you could get into. There was a line for it earlier, so I just did it now for fun to end the season here at Ronde. I don't know if they like Justice, the French band associated with Daft Punk, but it just gives me a very much a Justice vibe. Lots of crosses throughout this section. I feel like this journey might be in vain, as it seems like Goliath is closed, but it's not. We're on our way. Here we go. Something crazy. It's on a 2-train service, so it should be pretty fast compared to yesterday. And maybe a ride on Demon to end the night. It all depends on how fast this one goes. So we'll see you at the end of this experience of Goliath at night. Okay, so just did Goliath. I'm gonna try to get to Dragon, do one more ride on that, and then come back and do Goliath the last time. I just had a backseat ride. One thing I didn't cover last time, now that I got time to speak, is that the back is definitely the better seat as far as I'm concerned on that ride. You get just as much airtime as you do. Tons of floater over the 9 airtime hills, but you really want that back effect because being pulled out of that turnaround, the speed that you kind of almost get flung out of your seats, especially if you're on a wing seat, you want that. Especially on the right hand side, I'd say probably better for being snapped out, especially on those airtime hills that happen to change direction towards the end of the course. It's the best part of the ride, so don't miss that. The front's good, you get a lot of floater in the front. I just find that constant speed of the back is better for Goliath, unlike Behemoth, which is kind of random where you get a good seat on that ride in particular. Oh, is there anything worse than having the gate close on you right as you approach it for your final ride on Goliath? That's fine. I got one in before then and I was being a little bit indulgent. I got a ride on Dragon there, all on my own, front seat of the train. I will say my back seat ride on Goliath before that was almost on a train on its own too, which is what you really want for your final ride of the season. But I ended up doing Lawn Door with that again in the dark, and I'm gonna say, you know, that was me on the only person on that train, and in the front seat. I'd say it's probably more worth doing at night than it is even worth doing at the daytime at all. So if you are here, just do that ride at night. It's much more worth it. Friend again, I gotta get out of here. Hey, hey. Oh, look at the ice. Bonsoir. Au revoir. Salut. Uh-oh. I have a feeling we're being followed. Oh, that's my friend. Au revoir. I'm not getting out. I will see you next year, my friend. Okay, park is closed. I do like the fact that they keep the scare zones up and running while you're getting out of the park from the back area there. I will say as well, as you notice probably right now, as you can't see me, the lighting needs a little bit of an improvement overall for the scare event. What can I overall say about like this event and overall with La Ronde, being that this is the end of my experience?
Nous vous rappelons qu'il est strictement interdit de toucher au personnage sous peine d'expulsion du site. De plus, n'oubliez pas de porter un couvre-visage en présence des personnages si vous souhaitez maximiser votre expérience.
It's the first time I've heard that announcement, so there must have been some incident as well. It is also busier today, so no doubt having come from Wonderland's Halloween haunt just recently and the experience of that versus this one, it's controversial, and I'm gonna say it yet again because I said it last May. The patronage of La Ronde is far more well-mannered than that in Toronto and Canada's Wonderland. It's really unfortunate that that's the reality, but yeah, they're just not... I always forgot that this is a scare zone as well, so there is actually 4 scare zones in this particular haunt. So 4 mazes, 4 scare zones. It was a incorrect tally the last time. Anyhow, we're getting out of here. And yeah, I definitely enjoyed myself. I enjoyed probably the fact that there was space for myself to, you know, take in everything. It's kind of unusual because like the rides are closed, but the scare mazes seem to become somewhat open still. These guys that were in this area, if you want to see them, watch yesterday's vlog that focuses on the haunt itself, because it was probably the best actors in any scare attraction, amongst the best that I've ever seen. The sound they got right here, it's just the lighting in certain areas that I wouldn't change anything about this, but overall some areas of the park could use with some more creative lighting. Far less queue jumpers, far less just sort of like, you're not going to get away with everything here. There's always going to be some disruption, but especially when you're speaking English in a French park, you're going to get noticed a lot, as is happening now. But if you watch the Canada's Wonderland vlogs, you'll know that I had to cut in and out of content all the time because of the amount of disruptions. Not so here. This is the sum up. What a day. It's been a great sort of finale to the park experience. It was unfortunate that I didn't get to go on Goliath at the end there. But you know, I had enough rides, and I re-emphasized the point. There just isn't enough to bring you back to this park anyway. And as I said, you know, I don't think I really need to come back to this park for some time, despite the fact that I'd like to get on Le Monstre, and I'd like to get, say, a new ride in, say Vipère or something like that would be kind of good if it does come around and to fruition. All right, guys, that's it. La fin de la ronde. Okay, we're back here, and I just figured I'd have one final moan since it's, you know, I haven't had much of that during this vlog, and normally I do. I did make a comment to someone that I was working for in the conditions of what was happening, saying how here in Canada we have a bunch of federalized provinces, so basically they're run like their own individual countries. That's how the Constitution was created. That's what federalism is. Yet the person I was talking to laughed at me and said that's not true. Well, here's a good example. La Ronde's wood coaster is not open, whereas Canada's Wonderland has 2 wood coasters open, and their restrictions are actually more intensive than, say, here in Quebec. So while they don't like you shooting kids here, in both contexts for sure, you know, they won't open a wood coaster because of health and safety reasons, which is a little wishy-washy to me, considering just down the highway you have 3 of them open in another park. So disappointing to say the least, but at the same time, you know, I don't know what to expect sometimes from La Ronde because it's so random. Ride operations. Pretty silent, pretty, you know, I'd say that most of the guys that I encountered today were not enthusiastic about necessarily the ride operations side, except for a couple of people behind the controls, which there certainly were. But I did touch on the fact that the actors were exceptional, and even at the end, at the close of the park, they were still getting up and getting involved, as you saw in that final encounter in the scare zone. So great marks overall for that. But yeah, there, as per usual, La Ronde's going to have its little things that niggle at me. And who knows? It may be 20 years before I do another vlog from here, because it was 20 years between my visit, say, in 2019 and my last visit before that. So yeah, here's hoping not, but they really do need some more attractions at the park. Maybe a slight improvement on some of the food options too, and a revamp on all of those historical attractions that I've covered as part of the Expo 67 vlog would be nice. Condition of, like, say, a ride like Goliath with the station looking a little worn down, which is unusual considering that the ride is not that much older, if not like a year or 2 older than, say, Behemoth at Canada's Wonderland, which the station looks almost like it was, you know, a couple years old and well maintained. So yeah, maintenance is not a big. I'm not a big fan. I feel like Six Flags, you know, with the rental condition of this agreement that they have with the province, that, you know, they could just walk away one day and just be like, okay, this is what you have left. All right, guys, that's it here from the La Ronde Expo 67 vlog. That is also the end of our second day of Festival de Frayeur. And that's the end of the vlog. Finally, maybe. Always enjoy it.